All right, hello, my wonderful students. This is part 2 of foldable number 2. This is y is equal to negative x squared plus 2x minus 5. So same thing for this one. We're going to go to our steps. We have our step 1 is going to be to identify our a, b, and c. For this one, our a is actually negative 1. A is equal to negative 1 because we have a negative in front of the x squared. Our b is equal to 2, and our c is equal to negative 5. All right, so next we're going to go ahead and find our x coordinate, our h. So step 2 is to find our x coordinate. And remember, it's also our h, so we're going to look for our x, which is equal to our h, which we're going to use negative b over 2a. So this is going to be equal to, so that means our x is going to be equal to negative b, well, it's negative 2, over 2 times our a, which is negative 1. And this ends up being negative 2 over negative 2, which ends up being negative divided by negative is positive, and 2 divided by 2 divides to 1. Okay, so this is also, remember, this is also our axis of symmetry, because this is going to be the first part of our vertex. So our axis of symmetry is also going to be equal to 1. Now we're going to go to our step 3, which is to find the y coordinate. And for this one, what we're going to do is we're going to plug in our x coordinate, which ended up being 1. I'll write that up here too as well. So our x ended up equaling 1. And we're going to, by doing that, we're going to plug in our x into the equation, which was y is equal to a negative 1 squared. But since it's on the outside, it's actually going to be not input until after, plus 2 times 1 minus 5. Can't forget the 5. And so we got to solve this now. So we have y is equal to 1 squared is 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. 2 times 1 is 2, so plus 2 minus 5. So our y is actually equal to negative 1 plus 2 is negative 1. Or is positive 1, sorry, minus 5 is positive 4. So that means our vertex, negative 4. That's why I was like, wait a second, something wrong. So that means our vertex is going to be equal to 1 and, how did I do that? Positive 1 and negative 4. Ooh, loud motorcycle. So let's go ahead and plot our vertex. So we have at positive 1, negative 4. So I made these each by 2 because it was going to be a little bit more. So we go in between would be 1. And we go down to 4. And this is our vertex. This is our positive 1, negative 4. And now we're going to go ahead and do our step 4, which was to find the y-intercept. And remember, the y-intercept was just equal to our c, and our c was equal to negative 5. So that means our y-intercept is at negative 5, which is here. And now we're going to go to our step 5. Was to find if our a was bigger than 0 or a was smaller than 0. And our a in this one is equal to negative 1. And negative 1 is actually smaller than 0, so it's going to be this one here. That means our graph is going to be going downwards, but we can already kind of see that because this here is already like, if this is our vertex, we have to go down to meet that point. But now we're going to actually use the our axis of symmetry again. So we're at positive 1. And we're going to see that this was 1 over 1 down. So we're going to go 1 over 1 down as well to find another point. And we're going to go ahead and graph our parabola. So once again, our step 5 showed that -1 is less than 0. So we open downwards. And that also means we have a maximum.